What's going on, everybody? I thought I'd kind of riff on this idea on ego, and it just kind of made me think a little bit, and I wanted to kind of flesh it out in the video. So if you don't have an ego, right? If you don't have an ego, you don't care about how others perceive you. That sounds like a positive thing, right? But if you also don't have an ego, you don't care how you perceive yourself. And that could be perceived as good or bad, but I think it's mostly bad. Because if you don't care about how you perceive yourself, I don't know, it could be good, because I think that's like judgment. Like you eliminate judgment, right? And you kind of have this neutral judgment, you stay even. It's kind of like a nice peaceful state, right? But it also means you just don't care about how you look, you don't care about how you dress, you don't care. And of course, in the full truth of it, you can't really, not have an ego. You're gonna have some sort of ego. It just depends on like how high or low it is. And the idea that I'm sort of thinking of is like, why not have, I'm watching this Andrew Tate video because he's sort of like on fire right now on YouTube. He's like, I watched this video and like, why not have a huge ego, right? And then find a way to justify it. And that goes against a lot of my teachings, and to some degree a little bit of biblical teachings, depending on how you want to interpret it. But I will say that I would say it matters more dependent on like where you're at in your life. I think people are not people, me. My ego's huge, actually. But the problem is, I think that I need to, I don't know, I mean, I guess that's why I'm making this video, because I'm trying to flesh this idea out. What do you think? I just know the people that are successful are incredibly confident, and that has related to do with ego. But the question is, how do you become so confident, like you're just invincible, right? Is that just being obnoxiously confident? Here's another idea, and I'll close with this 3-minute video. I have found that believing in God, praising, or understanding what praise is, I have found, or I'm discovering for myself, this is for me, my own personal opinion so far, is that the more, when you praise, you humble yourself, right? And you kind of subservient to a higher being, which is Jesus, or God, the Holy Spirit, all of them, right? And the more you praise, and the more genuinely that you worship, it increases confidence. But it can increase confidence so high, but not so high that you get into like a-hole confidence territory, because you're praising God, because you're subservient to God, right? So it's sort of, in a way, praising God and believing high amounts of conviction actually create high amounts of confidence in such a way that, like, I'm getting tingles just kind of saying it. Is that God? Is that the Holy Spirit? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, this journey's been pretty fascinating, and I don't know, we'll see how long it lasts, because I'm really getting a lot from the Bible.